Check, check, testing, 1, 2, 3, fuck it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, baby, let's do this shit. Good morning, anyone, everyone. Hello, hello. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you right. Gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gone, gone. Totally, eh? So, here we are. It is Friday. It is the 5th of September. The 5th. We're counting down. Less than a week away. And the magic begins. Totally, eh? Yeah, I did some painting yesterday. You can tell because I got little bits of paint still stuck on me that I forgot to or didn't see. Yeah. It's Flashback Friday. I don't know what it means to you, but for me it's a day of reflection. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's happened. The video time machine finished off last night and I uploaded it this morning, and it passed. One thing makes it unviewable in Russia. But it's only one place, Russia. I am sorry, Russia, that you cannot watch my video. I honestly don't know why. I don't know why they do this copyright stuff. I just don't know. I haven't got a blinking idea. Bleeding, bloomin', bloody, whatever. I didn't do much of anything yesterday. Well, I guess I did. I mean, I painted in the morning. By noon, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to eat lunch. I'm just going to go lay down. So I did just that. I went and I laid down. And I crashed out for a couple of hours until the girls got back from the hair salon. They couldn't lighten my daughter's hair any. Not much. They took the more green they took out of it, the more blue it looked. So she's going to keep washing it and washing it and washing it, and hopefully they can lighten it again before she goes. But I don't know if they can put any color in it. She's going to lighten it and try the red orange, and see if she can at least get close to the color she wants. Her hair really needs to be lighter and yellower in order for it to work. Right. But she's got that dark hair from her mother. Oh, that's horrible. There's no creamer. And it's just horrible. Oh, I can't get the flavor right. I gotta get some sugar. It is what it is, baby. Totally, eh? Totally. So I had to run down to the 1950s cafe to get a thing of sugar here. So I can do a spoon of sugar in my stuff here. There you go. Let's see if that helps it any. Because it's a little too tart. It's a little too bitey. Alright, people. So you know what today is. Today is guitar day. So I'm just going to pick up the guitar in a minute here, and we're just going to kind of fiddle around all morning. Because I need to play. Totally. It's a little better. Not by much. Not by much. My butch. Well, let me listen first. You can hear my strumming is off because I can't hear in time. So there. Come on in. There you go. Little tuner action. There you go. There you go. You can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. Okay, we're going to warm up to this. It's been a couple of days since I've been fiddling around. So we're gonna wake up a little bit. Let me change out the album of the day here. This is yesterday's album, Olivia Newton-John. Let's see, today's. Ooh. Geez, have we done this one? I don't think we've done this one before. This is Ram It Down, Judas Priest. Ram It Down. This is heavy. This is Johnny B. Good is on here. This is right. Oh, where does this fall? Is this after Turbo Lover? It's a good album. I like it. Ram it down. Oi. Okay, people. Help. 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 Help me. Help me. Help me. Notice anything different this morning? Because it's Friday and I want to sing and play the guitar, and it's, you know, it's better to do with the teeth in. So there you go. So at some point, you'll figure it out, man. You'll know the difference. They hurt when I put them in for about 5 minutes. They were really painful for about 10 minutes. They were uncomfortable. Now, they're only hurt if I bite down pretty hard. Then my gums hurt. We'll get there. The more and more I wear them, the easier it is to wear them, the harder it is to not wear them. But they still hurt coming out. They hurt coming out and they hurt going in. They hurt more going in because they go in and then they hurt until I get used to them. Coming out, it's a pain to get them out. But once they're out and I clean out all the glue from my gums, then it's like heaven. The only thing is that then I'm uncomfortable because now I can't bite down, I can't speak correctly. So I will usually wait until just before I go to bed to take them out. And I put them in first thing this morning. Started the coffee, went to the bathroom, and then put my teeth in. Video time machine tonight. We lost a few people this week. Floyd Levine, Randy Boone, Ray Mayhew, which is somebody I had never heard of before, but he was a drummer for a band that I'd never heard of before, because they were a European band, and if they didn't get any radio or TV play, then you're not going to hear about them back then. Nowadays, you hear about anybody and everybody because of YouTube, because of social media, because of reels and little shorts and stuff. Most notably, we lost Graham Greene at 73. His first 3 movies, Running Brave, Revolution, and Pow Wow Highway. Running Brave, like from 1985 or 86, right? And he's just one of the natives on the reservation, I believe. And it's a Robbie Benson movie. Native American guy, half Native American guy, wins the gold medal, right? Revolution is an Al Pacino movie about the American Revolution. I don't get it. Graham Greene is in that. He, of course, plays a native. And then Pow Wow Highway, another one from the 80s that I'm unfamiliar with. All 3 of these before he does Dances with Wolves. He did these little parts. He really stands out in Dances with Wolves. What, Kicking Bird? Kicking Bird. It's hard to pronounce things sometimes with these teeth in, especially when I first put them in. It's a little cumbersome. Well, it is Friday. I informed my wife yesterday or the day before, so that Friday we're going to go long. We got nothing going on Friday, so I'm going to go long. Maybe an hour extra. So I won't be waking her up, even though my alarms are probably going to want to inform me to do that. yeah, trying to figure out how to get some mo cash. Next week, I've got more painting. I'm going to go back on Wednesday, and it'll probably be every Wednesday for a little while. I'll be going over there for around 3 hours, because that's how long my wife is there. She gets along with all the cats better than me, and it upsets me because I'm a cat guy. So I got to make up for it. Totally. So Floyd Levine was a kind of a extra actor, side actor. What do you call them? One of your color actors, a guy that fills in the little gaps, right? Floyd Levine worked on Night Shift, Airplane 2, and Death Wish back in the 80s, among other things. But those were the things that he worked on back in the 80s. Playing cops and tough guys and that kind of shit. Randy Boone was a kind of a young actor guy, not a child actor, but a young actor on TV, and actually cut some music, some country music. So it was kind of a weird thing doing a video time machine with less than 10 people in the rest in peace section. Others have passed away, and I wasn't informed. I didn't get the memo. I wasn't notified. And I also have to kind of weed through the obituaries and find people who were important, or at least what they did was back in the 80s or 70s, right? Because everything on the show was pre-90s. I don't know that I'm ever going to include the 90s in my show. I think that's a show better left for somebody who enjoyed the 90s. I did not enjoy the 90s. I did, but it just wasn't my period. It wasn't my era. So there you go. I got to get another bong hit together here, warm up my coffee, get loaded, and then break into song. At some point, I got to do a song here. I got the boogie in my soul. And I have to get past my own teeth and lips, right, in order to do this. And that's where I sometimes jumble up the words, because my lips just do not want to cooperate with my tongue and the dentures and everything. And it's a pain in the mouth, literally. But, we'll get through. We'll get through it. We will. And please do not disturb. I am disturbed enough already. Thank you very much. Let me go heat up my coffee. Okay, I'm back, baby. I am back. I am here. I am weird. Get used to it. Yeah. And look, I'm gone. Looking at my monitor at an empty chair. Where the hell did I go? Oh, it's 30 seconds later. That's what it is. Totally. Oh, pardon me. I bumped the microphone like that. Did it bother you? I can't hear it. Don't bother me. Yes. Yes, sir, indeedy, Bubba Rooney. I just don't know what to do, man. Oh, wait. Play the guitar. Alright, let me do a bong hit, and then we'll find a song to play. I don't do requests because I'm not a musician. I'm not a singer. I don't know notes. I can't just open up a piece of paper and look at it and go, I know how to play that. Hey, that's easy. I don't do that. I tried a couple of times in my life to learn how to read music. It just never sank in. It just never stuck. I could understand stuff, but I could not remember stuff, right? You can teach me the quarter beats and the half beats and the notes and the staff and all. You can teach me all of that over and over and over again, but I won't remember it. I won't. I tried it. I did it like for a whole semester in school, in college, as an adult, and wanted it and could not, just could not get there. It was really sad. I wanted to be able to put those notes, those written notes, together with music in my head. I really, really wanted to. And I just could never get there, man. I'm going in. Somebody cover me. Anybody? Is there anybody there? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? So anyway, like, you know, heading down next Thursday to Palm Springs Airport. Gonna pick up the kid. Gonna have a good time. Natalie's like, you know, I got a lot of homework to do. And I said, I know, you concentrate on that. You concentrate on that. Carve out some time to come hang out and then work on your stuff. Get your stuff done. The important thing is that she gets not ahead, but she just stays caught up in school. That's it. You just gotta stay caught up. She's good at catching up. She's good at deadlines. She hates to admit her qualities because she doesn't seem. She's like, oh my god, it took me forever. Oh my god. And I'm like, yeah, but it all paid off. You know, you're getting fucking A's, so don't worry about it. I gotta worry about it. It's amazing how quick this bong gets dirty. I scrub it out in the morning with salt and alcohol, and it's crystal clean and clear and beautiful, and then within a couple of hits, it's all grungy. It's alright, it won't last. I'll get it cleaned out again tonight or tomorrow morning. I can't stand a dirty bong. Even when I'm camping and I'm using my graphics bong, I'm constantly rinsing it out, mainly because I'm afraid bugs have gotten into it. Right? Ew. Totally. Some great elements in the video time machine. I'm having fun with those Australian commercials. That's a lot of fun. I love the 1970s and 80s Australia, you know. Just great stuff. A lot of great movies. And then right on into the 90s, right? If I had to do the 90s again, I'd want to go to Australia and do the 90s. Because 90s in America sucked, right? The music was horrible, the TV was horrible, the movies were horrible, you know. People were into that grunge shit and all that other weird fucking shit started popping up, and now look where it's taken us. Rock and roll died. It's kind of been resurrected, but it's been resurrected by old guys keeping it alive, and a few younger people staying true to the purity of rock and roll. You know, even guys that are like doing slightly country or slightly hip hop, you know, headed in this direction, it still has that rock and roll feel, you know. Not like that rock and roll crap you get on those shows, those stupid competition shows. And then, of course, we're supposed to embrace the winner as a fucking competent artist, and it's not. They're not. They are the, you know, they're the one that got chosen out of all of the other people. They're the one that got. Doesn't mean that they're the best. Doesn't mean that they have any fucking talent, right? They may have used up all their talent on the fucking show for all we know. And then they just cram those people down our fucking necks, you know. And you see these guys out there, and you see them everywhere, and then they can't really go anywhere else because they're not really talented, and then they wind up on TV shows, hosting or co-hosting, or doing something else, you know, or really, really trying to do that music thing that they won awards for on TV. TV's not rock and roll, you know. It was back when we had, like, you know, Ed McMahon and shit, and real people on TV. Now it's all bullshit, you know. They tell us what we want, and then we're supposed to want it. No. That's what really gets me about today. Is I just walk away from it, because it's like, it's obvious they're trying to force this shit at you, and people are eating it up. Like, yeah, give me more of that garbage. Even their CDs are going to wind up in the landfill, right? Most of these people that have won the shows, you know what shows I'm talking about, they're gone. They've evaporated. Those shows have killed off not just guests and contestants, but judges. You know? Don't mention CeeLo Green. Don't mention somebody with an opinion, right? Because you'll get skewered for your opinion. If it doesn't fall in line with somebody's idea or ideal, they're gonna just really roast you over an open fire. Because you had a thought. Because you had a personal opinion about something. You can't have a personal opinion unless it goes in line with everybody else's personal opinions. How dare you think different? You know what? We used to be able to think differently and have opinions. And, nope, not anymore. Not anymore. You can't think for yourself. You have to think the way you're told to think. And then if your thoughts run contrary to everybody else, they look at you like you got 3 fucking heads. How dare you? And then the Karens start coming out and screaming at you. You know, and there's Karens on all sides. On all sides there's Karens who have their heads so far stuck up their own ass, you know, and their noses so buried up somebody else's ass that they don't know whether they're coming or going, right? It's like, yeah, have your opinion, feel strongly about what you want to feel strongly about, but then realize that other people are going to do that too.
And you can't be all high and mighty about your opinion and then roast somebody for having their own opinion. It's like, give me a fucking break. You know, it used to be okay to have your own opinion. Now you can't. Not at all. It has to be somebody else's opinion shared or reposted or fucking some stupid bullshit. You know, and then you can just point to somebody else, well, it was their opinion, and I didn't read it all, and I don't really subscribe to what they think, and I'm not really part of that. You know, you can mealy mouth your fucking, back your ass out of there real fucking quick, because it wasn't really you. You know, oh gosh, I didn't realize that. Well, I'm gonna unfollow them. Give me a fucking break. Stupid fucking world. You know, I'll have my own damn opinion. If it costs me friends, so be it. So be it. You know, because I'm not gonna kowtow to anything or anyone. You know, I don't kiss ass to bosses, which is why I don't fucking work for people. Because I'm not gonna fucking kiss their ass just out of the blue. They want their ass kissed. And it's like, no. So stroke your own fucking ego. It ain't my fucking job. I do my job. You pay me. Period. Yep. People are fucking weird, man. People are. I'm the most normal guy I know. As weird as I am, I'm the most normal guy I know. Totally. I know. We gotta play guitar. Is that Joey out there? Did Joey show up? He should be asleep. He's had a horrible week. Go to sleep, eh? You gotta save up your energy, eh? Are you gonna like get done with work and jump on a plane? Is that what you're gonna do? I bet that's what you're gonna do. Done with work and you're gonna jump on a plane and come out here. If that's the case, we're going to get you a house so you can just go crash for 24 hours so that you're on the same schedule as everybody else, right? Totally, eh? So, if you know the show and you know me, then you can request something that I play. Hey, play that thing that you played the other day, that weird thing that went like that, dinner. Yeah. I could do that. I could do that neener song. Totally. Alright, I'm still waking up. I got into bed after midnight. After midnight, we gonna let it all hang out. After midnight. After midnight. No, really. And I lay there for an hour. Had to get up at some point and take a leak. The dogs woke me. I probably got an hour's sleep this morning. I was sitting on the couch at midnight thinking, do I just grab a couple of pillows and lay there? Because I knew I wasn't going to lay in bed and get any good sleep. It would just kind of bum me out. And it did. It bummed me out. I wanted to sleep. I had good thoughts of sleeping. It just didn't pan out, man. So like, there you go, eh? You know, it is what it is, and that's all that it is. Video time machine is ready. 5 o'clock tonight. Check it out. And maybe I'll set it as a premiere. I should start doing that, setting the shows that pop up every week that I create. I should set them as a premiere. You know, because I can do whatever I want. This is my channel. This is my TV station here. I can broadcast all over the world, mostly, except for like Russia. Belarus, Russia. I don't know. Is that what it is? Belarus? Belarus? Something. It's over there. I'm not allowed to be heard over there or seen. Hear me down, see me later. Totally. Let's go to the beginning of the Oh, the beginning of the music there, my little book. I don't know how to play guitar, which is why I do, because it's one of those fun challenges. It's like sitting when I was a kid, sitting and drawing, or when I was a teenager, sitting and fiddling with the guitar. Maybe that's why I don't learn anything really heavy on the guitar, and why I take big long breaks. Maybe the reason is because subconsciously I want it to stay new. I don't ever want it to get old, right? And by not ever really learning anything, it's always kind of new. I know it seems kind of weird and backwards, and maybe that's what it is. Subconsciously, maybe I don't want to be good at it. I don't want to be a professional. I don't want to learn so that I'm so good that it loses its newness. I don't know. I don't know. You could hear my tongue get a little jumbled, tongue-tied there, yeah? And if I'm being heard in England, I apologize for the lousy accent, but that's what I do. I make the funnies. And I'm having to get used to all the little voices. Hey, Marge! With my new teeth. Harry, leave him alone! Morning. It is definitely a double meaning. It is morning time, and I am mourning the loss of another night with no sleep. You know, it's like, it totally fucking eluded me, man. It fucked me up. Bad, man. There's another bong hit there. And then I've got a little bit of stash left over here. And then, oh, my bat box. Oh, this thing is packed. My bat box. Little bat box. Yeah, a little one-hitter. It's good, yeah. So, I was going to wait until there was, hey, no, not that. I didn't get much sleep either. Hey, no, not that. Hi, I'm Michael. How are you? Yes, I've got insomnia. So I've had it since I was a little kid. And needless to say, I've led a double life, because while everybody else is sleeping, I'm wide awake. So there you go. The unfortunate part is I'll probably die early. My heart is going like, dude, get some rest, please. Oh, my brain is like, I'm gonna check out, man. So yeah, that's one thing I got to learn a Grateful Dead song. I don't know much music at all, so every once in a while I hear a song that sounds like I could maybe play it and sing it at the same time, which is pretty hard to do. So then I check it out and see if I can add it into the mix, you know. So, no, not that. If you are unfamiliar with the show, or recently you've been here but have changed your moniker, your title there, we do coffee and bong hits, and we talk shit on everything from politics to pots and pans. And then our album of the day is Judas Priest, Ram It Down. On Mondays, we have a movie of the week, and sometimes we'll watch an education film here and talk about it. Tuesdays is Television Tuesday, and we'll have a TV show of the week and talk about TV and stuff. Wednesday, Old Time Radio Wednesday. We would normally on Wednesdays talk about old time radio and maybe listen to a show. an old radio drama or comedy or something. I like sci-fi, mystery. Throwback Thursday, we just kind of play around with stuff. We played with 8 tracks and 8-track tape players and stuff this week. And today we're just fooling around because I don't know what the hell else to do. It's Friday. I'm exhausted. I actually got to work this week. I'm semi-retired and partially disabled, so I don't work a lot, and when I do, it whoops my ass. So yeah, I worked about 3 or 4 hours one day and a couple hours yesterday painting, and I'm just ready to do absolutely nothing. And I can't, because one of my irregulars, who you're now an irregular, whether you come back or not, you've now earned the title of irregular because you've come to the show. So thank you for being a weirdo and an irregular. And one of my irregulars, Joey, is going to be here next Thursday, this Thursday. So we're going to be getting the house ready and getting things ready to partay. I want to do a bong hit, so now I got somebody here cover me. Oh my God, he's a pothead. I'm out of here. And I'm out of here. Cheers. I don't condone or encourage any of the stuff that I do on my channel. I don't encourage people to drink coffee or smoke pot, especially smoke. If you're going to do it, use edibles. This is for old guys who are already dying. There's something new, man. Totally. And, you know, hey, there we go. At work right now. Ah, nice, excellent. I got a fellow head. Cool. I was born in '68, so usually I like to get a first name and figure out about what era people are in, right? And then I can have a better understanding of who I'm talking to, aside from when you were born and what your first name is, your geographic location. That's it. And then everything else just comes naturally, man. We let it happen organically here on my show. And I do this 5 mornings a week. I'm going to be going to 7 mornings and 2 nights pretty soon. Because I got nothing better to do. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, what kind of music do you like? And answer those 3 questions, please. I don't care who you are, where you work, anything else, you know, your name, your location, and what year you were born. That's it. That's all. Answer my riddle 3. And then what kind of music do you like, you know? Totally, eh? Yeah, so, wow. Hey, good morning, Joey. There we go. Let's see, no, not that. Sarah, born in '87. All right, my favorite decade. You're in Virginia. Well, say good morning to Joey. He's also in Virginia. Loves all sorts of music as well. And open to a lot of stuff. Well, meet Joey. Joey, this is Sarah. And she's an irregular. She's a newbie. She's one of them weirdos. So, yeah, how's it going, Joey? Can't wait to see you. Did you have a good night or another horrible night? Maybe it's time to change jobs, man. You know, did you ever think about being a drummer in a rock and roll band? You know, drummers get lots of chicks, man. Right? Totally, eh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, let's see, Sarah, newbie. I do a show every Friday night that's recorded, and it pops up at 5 p.m. Friday nights, Pacific Standard Time, called the Video Time Machine, and it takes place before the 90s. So I think I've even got some stuff from 1987 in there, in this episode 25, season 2. You don't work Thursday nights, but you're tired. Well, good. I'm glad you didn't work last night. But, yeah. Get some rest. Get some rest, brother. Good to have you here, though. I miss it when you're not here. Because you're like one of the... you're like a regular irregular. You got a bonus this week. What'd they do? Give you more work? Right. Hey, guess what? We're going to let you have some overtime. Gee, thanks. Well, it's good to get a bonus. It's good to get recognition, you know, for doing what they want from you and doing it better than anyone else, right? So, yeah, you deserve a bonus. As long as it was a good bonus, right? Totally, eh? Excellent. So Sarah's at work right now, so we will hear from her intermittently, I would imagine. But that's cool, man. That's awesome, awesome stuff. Somehow managed to not get overtime this week. You know, maybe walking around dragging your ass, being disgruntled was a sign, if that were the case. Because that's usually what happens to me. I'll be like, whatever. Wow. Well, that's pretty good. After taxes, you get like $1.380. He's a little cynical this morning, ain't he? Yeah, man. That's what happens when I work. I get rowdy. And it sucks when you work your ass off, and then you recognize in others people that service you, or people that you work with, and you recognize in them such an inability to just get their shit together, right? And it's so frustrating. That's probably the worst thing about working with others, is the fact that you feel like you're the only one who gives a shit, right? Oh, that was always so frustrating for me when I was working in a company with many other people. You know, was mainly, how do the people get away with this shit? And why are the people in charge so stupid, right? How can they be in charge, making that kind of money, and be doing such a horrible job, right? And in some cases, that attitude right there has gotten me fired, and it has gotten me their position. So it's, you know, double-edged sword, right? It's fucking crazy, man. Oh, I know. We should sing a song, man. We should sing a song about singing songs. 'Cause if you want to sing a song, you can sing along and sing my song before I take a hit from the bong. 'Cause you can't go wrong when you're singing a song. Shut up. My goodness. Where does he come up with this crap? It's just rolling around up there, man. All he's got to do is open his fucking mouth. Ain't that a shame? Well, it gets me in trouble. I try not to do this in my everyday life because I'm pretty much unfiltered. And being unfiltered gets you some strange fucking looks. He said, what? Package is arriving tomorrow. I won't let her get it. We may not get it until Monday. If it arrives tomorrow, they won't even tell us about it usually until like after hours. And tomorrow's Saturday, so they're only open till about noon. So we'll get down there at noon and see what happens. But more than likely we won't get it until Monday. Monday. Totally. I'm excited. She's excited, but she's stressed out about work. I mean, school, right? And her hair. She don't know nothing. And she don't know that we're planning a surprise party for her. And all of her friends are going to be there. And my wife's family. There's a bunch of emissaries from her family that are going to be here, which never happens. So that's going to be really cool. So you can meet some more of my wife's family and some of my daughter's friends. And then you're more than welcome to hide out in one of the bedrooms, like I do on occasion. When it gets too overcrowded and too overwhelming, I bail off to one of the rooms, or I just come home and take a break. So more than likely you and I will be kind of bopping around and doing stuff, and you can come over here and hang out. Her friends do, but she doesn't. They know that they're coming over for her party, but my daughter doesn't know anything. So hopefully it'll stay that way. My daughter is pretty smart and she catches on pretty quick, so we're trying not to let anything out. But she's going to have a half dozen aunts and uncles there, which is pretty cool, and then maybe some cousins. And there's only a few cousins around her age or younger, so that's a big deal. Yeah, it's exciting. Mom ordered decorations. There's a checkout that morning, and we're going to go over there and clean the house. So under the guise of cleaning the house, we're going to... You're going to tell her right now, well, she's asleep, so if you wake her up, you're in trouble. And don't knock on her door either, because then the dogs will bark. So, but Mom ordered decorations. So under the guise of cleaning the house, we're going to go over there and clean and set up and start cooking food. And then as soon as we get somebody over there, like one of her relatives, then she and I are going to come home. And then the thing will be is that we're going out to dinner. We're just, yeah, come on, we're going to go out to dinner. Get your stuff done, get cleaned up, and we're going to go out to dinner. And then we're going to go out and we're going to do her party. And then we'll have the house all night, so it will be up to her as to how late she wants to stay, but the party can go on as long as it wants to go on. So we've got a few locals showing up, some of my wife's family and some of Natalie's friends, and that should be neat. Decorations and food, and I said, my wife is like, can you take your stereo? And she pointed at my stereo system with the turntable, and I'm like, no, that's not something you take. I said, but if we can just put something on the TV, right, do Pandora and stream something, or let the kids do a what you call it, one of those Bluetooth things, right? And just put on a playlist. Have my daughter put on a playlist. It's her freaking thing. She's got all kinds of music programmed into her phone. So there you go. It should be quite fun. Quiet Wyatt. Quiet Wyatt. Right? Quiet Wyatt Earp. I got this boogie in my soul. I think I'll smoke another bowl. I'm gonna have to get real high, and then I'm gonna have to fly. With this boogie in my head, ain't nothing left to be said. I think I'll head right off to bed. I think I'll slip into a groove, one that really makes me move. And then I'll have to get real loose, just a drinking on some juice. My life is filled with so much pain, I think it's driving me insane. I got this boogie in my brain. This old cowboy is feeling good, just a cruising through the hood. Can't nobody bring me down when I'm feeling like a clown. Cool jams on the box, dancing to Seeger in my socks. KMT's the one that rocks. I got this boogie in my beat. It's one that makes me move my feet. Stick my A-track in your slot. The funky chicken and robot. Because my life is feeling sweet. My shoes parade me up the street. I got this boogie in my beat. I got this boogie in my soul, boogie in my soul. I got this boogie in my soul, boogie in my soul. I got this boogie in my soul, boogie in my soul. I got this boogie. I got this boogie in my nose. I'm gonna pick it with my toes. It comes out smelling like a rose. I got this boogie in my nose. No, really. There you go. Yeah, bring your stereo, dude. Unless it's gonna cost you like extra weight or something, you know. You're gonna be here for a while, so it might be cool to have your own thing to take park next to you wherever you're camped out, man. Totally camped out. But yeah, we'll have the house for a whole night, and then if things get, we can get it for another night, you know. Natalie will probably be taking time out of her schedule to come over there and hang out for however long, and then she'll be running back to go do more work and hand homework in and all of that stuff, because she's got 3 online classes. So I never see her anymore. The only time I see her is when we're going, when she needs something to eat, or when we're going to go to an in-person class. So yeah, which I'm thankful that I have that time, because otherwise she's in her room working. So yeah, I got a boogie in my nose. Totally. That was an original song. That was an original. Look, we got notifications from people on Facebook, man. That's totally cool. Uh-oh. I got coffee that's cold. I'm not even gonna, I gotta go warm it up. I'll be right back. And I get this boogie out of my nose. No, really.
If you don't assume, are you unassuming? Shut up. Don't start. Don't fucking, it's too early. Don't fucking start. Yeah. Because I can. And I will. I will start as soon as I stop. I don't know where this sounds good, so. Cocaine, alcohol, and marijuana does it all. You will do the wrong thing. It's gonna eat right into your brain, but you're gonna do it again. You're addicted, doing that dope again, doing that dope again, just doing that dope again. Jump into your big fast car, take yourself to the bar. You've done too many lines, you don't care what the fuck is the time, but you still don't seem to mind. Getting wasted, doing that dope again, doing that dope again, just doing that dope again. Caffeine, nicotine, and benzodrine will turn you on. Ecstasy will put holes in your brain. Too much flakka will drive you insane. But you're gonna trank it again. You're a dipshit. Doing that dope again. Doing that dope again. Just doing that dope again. Spend your savings, lose your wife, you'll be paying for the rest of your life. Push that speedball into your brain, your blood will be pumping like a red freight train. Keep it up, it's gonna drive you insane. Look into your own eyes, find a straight jacket just your size. Running around like you're losing your mind, flopping on the ground cause it's twisting your spine. A few more minutes you'll be feeling fine. You're a zombie. Doing that dope again. Doing that dope again. Like doing that dope again. Just doing that dope again. Just doing that dope again. Just doing that dope again. Ow! Stop doing that dope again, man. Jeez. Oh my god, you'd be flopping on the ground because it's twisting your spine. That's another original, doing that dope again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anywho, I can't wait till Joey gets here. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll try to get Joey on the drums and see if we can get him playing the drums, get him desensitized to the drums, right? And then we'll be flopping on the ground. Yeah, push that speedball into your brain, man. Your blood will be pumping like a red freight train. Oh, so poetic. I'm so good. And I didn't even realize I wrote it until after I wrote it. I'm like, wow, who wrote that? Half of this song I wrote back in the 80s, and the other half I wrote last year. Oh, excellent. Right on. Yeah. The Urge by Katsumi Watanabe. Totally. Well, I'm telling you, right? And the Urge is like the big long line of characters, and Katsumi Watanabe is like the little tiny itty bitty one. I have no idea what he just wrote. I have no idea. But I'll play it, because I can just imagine what it is.
Here's a song I haven't played in years. That'll be fun. Because I don't remember exactly how to play it. I guess they're all pretty easy, right? Loving me ain't easy. This God knows to be true. If you think you've got it rough, well, jump back and take a look at you. Things that do seem to turn you off, and so I want to tuck tail and run. Well, maybe are we feeling this way, or maybe we're just having fun. Lord knows I tried, best that I could. Sometimes I don't, when I know that I should. When we have a quarrel, it really tears me up. Sometimes I think this girl is all messed up. Gifted are the ones who choose to stick through until the end. My hat is off to you and high praise to you, my friend. Wanna hold you in my arms, but you're always pushing me away. Will you get a load of yourself and make me shake my head and say, Lord knows I tried, best that I should. Sometimes I don't, when I know that I could. And when we have a quarrel, it really tears me up. Sometimes I think that I am all messed up. Take this advice, my friend, for all that it's worth to you. I love this girl of mine, and I know she really loves me too. Lord knows I try best that I can. Sometimes I don't, and I can't understand. When we had the quarrel that really tore us up. Sometimes I think this girl is all, maybe this world is all. I guess it's 'cause I'm all messed up. Well, that wasn't too bad for a couple of years. Shush. I'm just a little jittery now, so I have to stop for a second and do some jitter maintenance. I'm such a funny guy. I crack myself up all the time. I just think funny stuff to myself, and my wife will be like, "What the hell are you laughing at?" You wouldn't get it. It's an inside joke. Joey would get it. Oh, hey, thank you. No, not that, Sarah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Sarah, Virginia, born in 87. See, I'll try to remember that so that when you come back, I'll know that. But I appreciate that. Thank you. That was, Lord knows I try. I wrote that. God, I think in the 90s. Yeah, I think maybe in the 90s or the 2000s. Pretty sure it was the 90s. And I never really figured it out until most recently. And then it really... I love taking a break and then coming back to this stuff. Because it just... I just seem to find a better place singing a lot of it. There you go. Right there. So moving on, because it's after 6. We want to keep going. I'm going to try and play as much of these as possible before my fingers give out or time gives out. Like I said, we're going to go long today, so we're going to be here hopefully till at least 8. Because it's Friday, yay. So here's one that I wrote 10 or 15 years ago about our dog.
and we had him since he was a puppy. I brought him into the world. He was a baby, and I brought him into the world, and his brothers and sister. He stayed with us from the time he was born until the time he passed away at 17 years old. And he was a weird dog. He couldn't walk on a slippery surface. He was like Bambi, right? His legs would just go. So I got to thinking one day that I would write him a song. So I wrote him a song. And it goes something like this. I hope that I can do it. A little dog walking on linoleum, can't seem to keep his concentration on. Slippery feet all of the time, picks himself up and he starts to whine. A little Charlie boy, what do? You wish your feet would stick like glue. All day long you just boo-hoo-hoo, 'cause you can't seem to walk on linoleum. Slippery feet, that's what they call you. It's only 'cause trouble seems to follow you. Slippery feet, why do they blame you? You didn't do it again. Went for a walk on a frozen lake. Thought it would be easy as a piece of cake. Then Slippery Feet came messing around, and all of a sudden we was headed for the crown. I said, golly gosh boy, what are you doing? You're gonna send this man right to his ruin. Your butt's gonna get such a chewing when we get off of this frozen lake. Slippery Feet, that's what they call you. It's only 'cause trouble seems to follow you. Slippery Feet, why do they blame you? You didn't do it again. Little dog running on linoleum, can't seem to keep his concentration on. The food bell is starting to chime, and little Charlie boy, he's starting to whine. You're coming to the kitchen too fast for your own good, and you forgot that your brakes were no good, so your head went right through the cabinet wood. Now you're not right on linoleum. Slippery Feet, that's what they call you. It's only 'cause trouble seems to follow you. Slippery Feet, why do they blame you? You didn't do it again. There you go. That's Slippery Feet. Or mostly. Mostly. Every time I say mostly, it reminds me of that little girl on Aliens, the sequel to Alien. Whatever her name was. The little blonde girl. Mostly. She has that one little word that she says that just cracks me up. Mostly. Yeah. Anyway, Slippery Feet. I won't do the next one because I would have to practice that one. This is one that I'm working on. It's about the past, and it's starting to take shape. I've got the lyrics. I've got way too many lyrics, but it's starting to take shape. So I'm working on that one. It's about the past, and there's 3 pages of lyrics. Most of these are 1 page. That one is so far 3 pages. I got to whittle it down to at least 2 pages, right? Now we're getting into songs that I wrote plus some covers. I'm not going to do this one because this one over here sounds better with the electric guitar, so I'm not going to fiddle around with that one. I got a Bob Dylan song here that's kind of a toughie, so I'm not going to fiddle around with that one. Yeah, I'm going to take all the easy stuff right now because hey, I can do that. I can do that. Can I do that? I can do that. Yeah, cue me now. All right, let's see. All right, so I've been fiddling around with this James Taylor song, right? And I'm not real good at it yet. Not that I'm good at much of anything that I do, but I'll give it a whirl. Hey, 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 girls, gather round. Listen to what I'm putting down. Hey, baby, I'm your handyman. I'm not the kind to use a pencil or rule. I'm handy with my love and I'm no fool. No fool. I fix broken hearts, you know I truly can. If your broken heart should need repair, then I am the man to see. You whisper sweet things, you tell all your friends, and they'll come running to me. Here is the main thing that I want to say. I'm busy 24 hours a day. I fix broken hearts, girl, you know I truly can. Come, 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 come. Come, come, come. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come, 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 come. They'll come running to me. Here is the main thing that I want to say. I'm busy 24 hours a day. Fix broken hearts, baby. I'm your handyman. Come, 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 come. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come, 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 come. Anyway, there you go. There's that one there. Just fiddling around, just feeling it out. Right? Every once in a while I actually go back and listen to the song to, think, well, what am I doing wrong? Well, first of all, you're not reading it from music, so that's your first mistake, is not knowing how to play, eh? But it's fun. I do it, it's fun. It's fun, I do it. I'm not good at it, but I'm not good at most of what I do. But I have fun doing it. I guess I'm a good house painter. I used to have fun doing it because it was more like therapy than work, right? Like when working is a no-brainer, then it's like therapy, right? You get in, you kind of check in to work, but your brain checks out, and you just go along through the motions and do what you got to do, and then the bell rings, and you're like, then you come back into your body, right? Most of the jobs that I do now, I don't have to be there to do them. I can be elsewhere and just go through the motions and know that when I'm done, it's done and it's perfect, and I don't have to worry about it because it's repetitious. What kind of titious? Repa, dude. Like Kelly Repetitious. Shut up. Shut up. So it looks dark outside. I'm thinking it's going to be cloudy. Last night, I'm sitting here at the computer working on the video time machine, and my wife comes up and she says, or she's like over there, and she says, "Come here." I'm like, "Oh, what? Come here." She's like, do I have to? Do I have to kill somebody? Come here. So I get up and go to the back door, and it's pitch black outside, except for out beyond this tree, the sky is just popping. Just popping like popcorn, only it's light. It's a thunderhead that's like 100 miles across. It looks like it's 100 miles across, and it's 100 miles high, and it's just huge, and it's just popping like crazy light. Can't hear a thing because it's over an hour away, but it's fucking huge, and it's just going. And so we brought our daughter out, and I went in and got my glasses so I could see what the fuck was going on, and we stood out there and watched it for a few minutes. Within an hour, it was gone. And that's what it is out like here, out in the high desert. It's
crazy. And I told my wife, oh, it stopped over there, it's coming. She's not. But we've had it out here before, over the park, Joshua Tree National Park. And from here we can look out over the mountains where the park is. The park is beyond the little mountain range here. And it's been lit up over the park before. I mean, like right there, like within 5 miles of us, been just popping and going crazy in the sky, light, and not one sound. Not one crackle or pop or rumble or ongoing nothing. Like there's so much electricity popping light, there's nothing left for sound, right? It was crazy. And it's been like that. I've stood out here outside and for an hour watched it pop off like that within a couple of miles of us. And usually it'll pop off once and it'll shake windows, right, when it's that close. Not one sound for like hours. And I stood out there watching for an hour until I looked up, and it was like dark clouds over the park. This was a couple of years ago. Dark clouds over the park that were just lighting up, right? Like, they're literally like popcorn popping or like Christmas lights flashing, right? And I was out there enjoying it for like an hour until I looked up into the night sky that was clear. And that was weird because it was clear and you could look right up and see the stars, right? And all the clouds were out in front of me. I think on the azimuth, the clouds were probably like at this angle from where I was sitting watching for an hour until I looked up past the clouds into the night sky where I could see stars. And when it would pop off here, fingers of light would go into the sky, the night sky above me, where there were just stars. And I was like, holy, I've never seen that before either, where the lightning isn't coming down to the ground or going up like they call sprites, I guess, but it was coming out sideways, like for miles away from the park where it was happening, and the fingers of lightning were just coming out miles in the sky above me. And that freaked me out, and I came in. I was like, okay, that's enough. I've never seen that before either. I've never been in a lightning storm with no sound, and I've never been in a lightning storm that sent lightning sideways above me into clear sky. That was weird. So I've seen a lot of things out in the desert that have weirded me out, but that was one of the things that I was actually afraid of. You know, I was totally afraid. Totally afraid, eh? I'm not going to try to do this next one. It's another cover. I got to find my capo, though. Oh, and this coffee is horrible. I got to heat it up. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And if you've gone away, come back. Come back. Totally, eh? I don't know where my capo... Oh, there it is. I found it, eh? Found my capo. It was right here. Capo. Capo, capo, capo. Oh, you've seen sideways lightning before, says Joey. That's cool. That's cool, because I've seen a lot of sideways stuff, but that was the first time that I had been, like, directly under it, and it was, like, creeping over the top of me with no clouds.
And I kept expecting it to not just finger out above me, but finger down. And, you know, because it was doing that in the sky. It was coming out and it was doing that, like coral. It would look like coral, right? It was coming out and doing that. It'd come out like in one and then just split and go crazy off in the sky directly above me, going north. And it was really fucking weird. Totally creeped me out, eh? And turn the page. And turn the page, eh? Ooh, another original. One of my favorite originals. Maybe there'll be a good movie playing at the drive-in, and we can all go to the drive-in. That'll be fun. Of course, it's hard to get my daughter away from schoolwork, but maybe we can do that. I think what's playing this weekend is The Conjuring 5 or something. I don't know what's going to be playing next week. I just don't know, man. But we'll try to get out and do some more stuff when you're here again, because there's a lot of stuff to do. And then try to get you some good rest, right? So I would imagine that you're going to be getting out of work and getting on a plane. Oh, you don't work Thursdays. Oh, but maybe you work Wednesdays, Thursday mornings. I don't know. I'm just figuring that you're going to show up dog tired, dragging your ass, and need to take a long sleep. I'm on a pretty regular schedule of staying up real late and then getting a couple of hours sleep and then doing stuff during the day and trying to get in a nap somewhere. And that's just the way I function. I have to do a split shift sleeping because I can't sleep too long or it hurts or I just can't sleep. So you work Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and then you get done Thursday morning, get your act together, and get on a plane and come out here. And then I pick you up at around 12:30. So I'm probably going to leave from up here at around 12. It takes about a half an hour to get there. And then hopefully I can pull up out front, and you should just be coming out, kind of a thing. And that'll work out perfect. Because it'll probably be just me, and I don't want to drag my ass and hobbling with my cane out there looking for me. So, and then lately I've been having to use my cane more and more lately, which sucks. It's great when I go to the grocery store. I'll park near a cart and just get out and walk the cart and use it as a walker. Walker reminds me I got to get a sit-down walker thing to take to the December shows that are coming up, because Natalie's got 2 shows in Hollywood, and then we've got the one show out here at Pioneer Town at Pappy and Harriet's, and that's the one that I really have to worry about because there's no sitting and it's indoors and I want to be right in front of the stage. So I'm allowed to sit if I'm using a cane or a walker or a wheelchair or something, right? So I'm going to take a walker with wheels and a seat. And I'm just going to dress it up like I use it all the time and take it in with me. And I'm going to start using that for shows because I'm old and broken and they can't deny me, right? It's a law. I got a physical disability. I'm old. So there you go. And, oh, there's one. It hurts. It literally hurts to stay up and moving around for that long. Trying to get my, there it is. Trying to get my live caught up on my monitor. Hollywood sounds like a lot of fun. I was really surprised when she said, yeah, we got 2 shows in December in Hollywood. And then I showed her the Big Sandy and the Fly Right Boys thing here in town, and that's what was my birthday present. So it's my birthday present and it's my Christmas present because they're coming December 27th. So it's like perfect. And we've got a show before that and a show after that up in Hollywood. So totally, eh? That's crazy, man. Crazy man, crazy man, crazy man. I'm going in, man. Cover me. That's crazy. Totally. 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 I'm stuck in a loop, man. I was just going through in my head, man, things that we can do. We can play Battleship. Play some sniper games on the PlayStation 2. I gotta get a Super Nintendo or an Atari or Nintendo system. I need to get one of those old systems. The older the better, right? Something from the 80s would be perfect. Something like that. I don't want to get like in television. Unless, of course, I can get the set and it works and I get a bunch of games for it, you know. Then whatever. Something from the 80s would be fucking perfect. Super Nintendo, definitely, because there are a few games that I just want to play. Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Jr., and Faxanadu. Just some great. Faxanadu is one of those early role-play games that was just really fun. Really fun. I'd really like to find some kind of extension to be able to play that kind of shit on my computer. But I know nothing about that stuff. And I'll find it and I'll install it and hook it up. And then it'll give me some code that, you know, I didn't do this or didn't do that or whatever. So I gave up on trying to play those old games. There's this one computer game from the 90s that I used to love to play. It was pre-Command and Conquer, and it was called Dune 2000. And it was about the movie Dune, worms and mining spice and fighting the bad guys and the good guys and stuff. It was really cool. And then I got into playing Command and Conquer because it was the same company, the same style of games. It was a real-time role-play strategy game. It was fun. And then all of the games changed over the course of a decade. All of the games went to online crap and in-game purchases, and it's just become this horrible beast that I cannot function with most games nowadays. So I usually play old games, retro games, and that kind of shit. That's what I like about Minecraft, is that it's so retro, you know, with the pixels and the ease of play, where you can just immerse yourself and not have to worry about in-app purchases. You can if you want, but it's not going to hinder your playing the game at all. You know, I couldn't beat the dude because he had better stuff than me. His parents bought him all this stuff, you know. And it's just crap. So I can't play online stuff because you're going up against people who spend their whole world is just
developing this perfect character, you know, and they literally will spend all their allowance money. Mom, I need more money. You're 30 years old. Get out of my basement. But Mom, my character. I'm going to cancel the subscription. No, all of my stuff will be gone. You're 30 years old. We're not all like that. Some of us are really actually 40. And some of us are in our 20s. No, really. I don't give a fuck. You spend your whole fucking life glued to a fucking screen for all I care. You know? It's just a form of natural selection, right? Hopefully if you're glued to that screen enough, you're not going to procreate. Or the radiation will, you know, make you inert. Inert. I get an inert button. You get an outer. Yeah. I amuse myself. I guess I could play another song. Only if I have to. No, I will. If somebody is so desires me to play another song, I'll play another song. If somebody's like at work and has a break and they're like, yeah, play a song, man. Yeah, I'll play a song. I probably won't play it well, but I'll play it. Or maybe it'll play me. I'm looking at another original here in front of me. One that I wrote a couple of years back and actually did a music video for. So I'm thinking on doing another music video, recording it again, re-recording it with more musical instruments, and doing another video. And then at some point finish off that song that I'm working on, that I've been working on for a couple of years, about the past, and I need to get that one. I really need to get that one done so I can move on to the next little project, whatever that's going to be. You never know, man. You never know. I mean, I'm always doing weird shit. My next project could be building something, right? I'm going to build a big, giant number 8. There's something that I've actually wanted to build, a big, giant 8. Just the number 8 as a big sign. Just a big number, 3-dimensional, with depth and height and width, right? Something that I can paint, something with some kind of see-through, transparent or translucent front on it that I can light up on the inside, so it's got light coming out of it. So it's like a number, but it's a box. It's deep and wide and tall. Just a big 8 for 8-track, right? Something I can just light up and advertise that I am the 8-track tape man. I don't know. I also wanted to do the same thing with the word art. A-R-T. Just the word art, and create a big, giant, 3-dimensional sign. You know, something with height and width and depth. Something that's got some kind of front on it that light can come through. You know. And then just put it outside, and so that it lights up at night. Right? So people are like, what does it mean? It's just art. What does the 8 mean? I figured it out. Totally. He's a weird guy. Yeah, hear me now and be weird about it later. Weird. So totally. I'm still getting used to the teeth thing. And talking with them, singing with them. It's a handshake between my tongue and my teeth. And sometimes, you know, my tongue is doing a regular handshake and my teeth is getting down, man. So there you go. There you are. There you have it. There it is. I'm bummed out about last month losing D. The girl from What's Happening. Losing the actress.
because she was one of my friends on TV. She was one of those people. I love to watch what's happening, but because I was younger and my brother was older, right, I always felt more akin to Dee on the show, because she was young and she was sassy and nobody really liked her, and she was cool. That's heavy. Totally. Yeah. There's a lot of people on that last video time machine. But Danielle Spencer, that was a hard one. And this one, the hard one, is probably Graham Greene. You know, you born, you live, you die. I was talking to my wife last night, and we saw something on the news, and it was like, or it was on a show or something, and somebody had passed away. It was like a natural thing. And somebody, you know, one of the comments was, how could this have happened? How could that person be gone? And I was talking to my wife, and I said, yeah, it's a bummer when we lose people, but why do people act like it's so unexpected? Like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. That was out of left field. When, I mean, it's like the most natural thing you can do is to be born, to live, and then to die, right? And in that order, it's the most natural progression of things that will ever happen in your life. You will be born, you will live, you will die. It may happen within an instant, sometimes, and sometimes it will last over 100 years. But it just amazes me when people come off so surprised, like, how could this have happened? Was so unexpected. How could we have lost such a great person so early in there? And they're like 80 something, 90 something. It's like, well, I don't know about you, but next to them, I feel shortchanged, right? I mean, come on. I think they had a pretty good run. Anything past 60 is pretty damn good nowadays, especially with the, on an American diet. And a Western diet, right? Which is what gets most of us. The politics of processed foods. Totally. You either do or you don't. But then again, if you do this, that's going to kill you. Because there's something wrong with everything nowadays. It's all fucked up, man. But yeah, I was just sitting there and talking to my wife, and she gives me, some sideways looks about some stuff. But she's like, yeah, you're right, but kind of a harsh view, huh? Yeah, I guess. That's just the way it is. That's the way I see it. Most of what I say is just the way I see it. Sometimes I can be changed and see it differently, and I'm up to that. I'm open to that. I'm not 100% in anything. I'm always middle of the road. You want to try me? Then I'll swing that way a little bit if you want, if you can convince me. But most of the time, I'm just kind of bopping around the middle on about any subject. It's not that I'm trying not to offend anyone. It's a little bit of that, but mostly it's just that I can't invest myself 100% into something unless I know it. And then even if I know it, I'm still not 100%. Even if I know it in my heart, in my soul, in my brain, I'm still not 100%. I might be 99.99999, but I'm not 100%. There's still room for a change. And I think most people don't have that. I guess that's a quality. I wouldn't call it a quality in myself. It's a problem with me because,
I'm not 100% devoted to an employer, and they want that. You got to be 150% devoted to this company. It's like, no, I'm gone. I'm 150% devoted to myself and my family. You get maybe 30%. Well, I'm here, I'll give you 100%. But you don't ever get 100% of me or my devotion. You don't earn that. You ain't going to ever earn that if you're an employer, you know? Ever. Because no matter how much I'm devoted to you and your company, you can always just dismiss me, right? Or if I get injured, you can say, well, we don't need you anymore. New guy. So, no, I don't go in for that family. We're a family business. You're family now. Bullshit. As soon as they start saying that, you better hope they don't put you on fucking salary, because they will use you like your family. Totally. Totally. I feel like going to the movies. I do. Let's go to the movies, eh? Let's go to the movies, go to the drive-in, go to the show. I'll bet you that somewhere out here, probably in Hollywood, probably the best place to go see it is to go see a theater midnight showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show. I need to take my daughter to one of those. I saw that, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, in the theater with the live people and the dancing and the singing and everything before the show and during the show, back when I was about, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old. And it was fantastic. I'm like, hey, I got hit with rice. Hey, somebody squirted me with water. I mean, it was crazy. Exactly. There you go. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, you got to look out for yourself, no matter what. Because you can even stab yourself in the back, right? And you got to be careful of that. Shoot yourself in the foot, you know. A lot of people have difficulty with that when it comes to drugs and alcohol. Or trusting people. And getting used by people that you really loved and trusted. And then you come to find out that they didn't see it the same way. They were 100% in it for themselves, and they left nothing on the table for you. You know, and that's unfortunate too. From past experience. I've been married 25 years now. We've got a daughter that's going to be 21 this month. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. That's good. I like that. And home life is excellent. Yeah, you know, the usual, you know, month-to-month issues. But that's the way it always is. You get used to it. You try not to let it overwhelm you all the time, right? Just get over it. Just learn to deal with it as a regular thing. And then you don't stress out every month. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know? If you know it's going to be an oh my God thing all the time, well then just get used to that. You know? Oh my God, oh my God. Yeah. It's always something. It's always something. So just get used to it always being something. Something's going to come out of somewhere. Get ready for it. So, a punk band out of Europe somewhere, I want to say Germany, called Sig Sputnik. Maybe they're Russian. Their heyday was like 1986. Ray Mayhew, who just passed away at the age of 60, was the drummer for that band during that era there. And I knew nothing about Sig Sputnik until I researched Ray Mayhew and then found some music and stuff. And interestingly enough, it passed muster on the Video Time Machine. So the Video Time Machine this evening at 5 has some Sig Sputnik in it from from actually 1986. I don't know that we actually see the drummer in it, but we'll probably hear him. It's weird live punk electronic stuff, mainly built around the strange videos that they create, known for their videos. It started about video and then became music. So Sig Sputnik, SIGUE, Sig, 2 words, Sig, and then Sputnik. Actually, cool stuff. You know, I've learned a lot on my show, not just on how to do this whole YouTube thing, but I've learned a lot about my own past, stuff that was happening at the same time I was doing my shit back as a kid and a teenager and stuff. And I'm learning about a lot of stuff that I missed. My daughter is taking me through the 90s. She picked up her musical interest in like 95, which is about where I left off. I just gave up and walked away from music in about 95, which is about when Sarah was probably starting to get into music, right? 95, you would have been about, you know, about 8 years old. So that's about the time where you would have started to notice stuff on TV and on the radio, which is about when I did. So by 10 or 11, I was really hooked on a lot of different artists. But I've learned a lot about music, about media, television, movies, different stuff. Just a lot of different stuff. I've got over 1,900 videos on my channel, most of which are old-time radio and educational films. And I've learned a lot watching those educational films, a lot about what was going on in my own past that I just didn't know about, you know. I just didn't know. And isn't that the thing with all of us? We just don't know. And then a lot of us, we just won't invest the time to know. We won't invest the time to learn, to find out about stuff. And that's unfortunate. It's nice to meet people like Joey and like Sarah who have musical interests that have a broad range, you know, and are open to different things and ideas. And that's where it's at for me, you know. Just about every day, every week, I try to get into something different and new. Even if it's just the stuff that's here in my own house, because I'm surrounded by all kinds of old vintage crap that I've brought in but haven't really had time to just spend with it. So like the music that I often take breaks from, so I come back and it's new. There's a lot of stuff I'm surrounded by in my own home that's new and different. It's old, it's from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but it's new and different because I just haven't gotten into spending time with it. I've got 2 up and running 8-track players now, which means I'm probably going to be listening to more 8-tracks, and that's cool. Next, I'm going to pull out an auto player, an automotive 8-track player, to go with this automotive CB radio that was given to me. So I'm going to put together a set that goes in the van and then try real hard to get that installed. I'd like to have it installed by Thanksgiving, because in Thanksgiving over that weekend I'm going to try to have an inventory of stuff to take down into town and set up a booth and sell old stereos and 8-tracks and you know, Joey introduced me to Tatsuro Yamashita, a Japanese musician and singer from the 70s and 80s he just released a single. Joey informed me he just released a single yesterday. And this guy plays city pop. And I had heard city pop back in the 70s and 80s, but didn't know what it was. I called it club music. I called it jazz club music. But it was city pop. And I'm like, dude, I've heard this stuff before, but I'd never heard it, and I never understood who was doing it and where But from Japan, Tatsuro Yamashita does this great city pop music. Some of it is in Japanese, some of it's in English, some of it's both, some of it is just without words. But it's really, really good stuff, and he has gifted me a bunch of his music, and so I've really gotten into that stuff now, and that whole genre of city pop. And it's neat when Joey's over here, because Joey can just take over the stereo and put on city pop and whatever else he's brought over here, and then go through my collection of hundreds of records and pull stuff out. My daughter's got over 100 records in her collection now, and yeah, we go through phases, you know, and because we're always doing stuff and in our little world, every once in a while I'll sit on the couch and play. Every once in a while we'll turn on the stereo and just play albums all day long, you know. Yeah, there's so many different things to get into in this house, you know, and because there's so many things and you can't get into everything all the time, it remains so fresh and new. And it's in the past, you know. I constantly, every day, I'm time traveling here. Constantly time traveling. And the 80s, 70s and 80s, my favorite era. Totally. It's almost 7 o'clock. Before 7, let me play another song, so that in case my wife does wake up, I won't feel like I'm being watched, right? Alright, let me see if I can get my legs in the proper spot so the guitar doesn't slide. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show, get a bucket of popcorn, sit down in the front row. We'll be having a good time, watching up on that silver screen all of my favorite stars living out our fantasies. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. To hell with the popcorn, let's sit in the back row. We'll be making out all night long to the sound of Fay Ray and King Kong. Let's go to the movies, hey yeah man, let's go to a show. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. We'll sit in the third row, invite everybody we know. We're talking, comment through every scene, throwing buckets of popcorn at the screen, having a good time, yeah, you know what I mean. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. We'll check all the papers and call the movie phone. If we can't find something we like playing upon that silver screen, we'll pick up some videos and watch them on TV. Let's go to the drive-in, let's go to a show. We'll take my old van and park it in the back row. Remember, it's carload night, and so we're going to bring everybody we know. And if we don't even watch, it'll still be a hell of a show. Let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. We'll get a bucket of popcorn and sit down in the front row. We'll be having a good time, watching up on that big old screen. It'll be you and me living out our fantasies, yeah. Harmonica break. So the guy plays a harmonica right here. I don't, but somebody does. We went to the movies, we went to a show. We fell asleep on the couch watching the Late Late Show. I paid the babysitter off and she said, yeah man, like I totally know. You wanna go out again next week to the picture show? And of course I replied, let's go to the movies, let's go to a show. To hell with the popcorn, let's sit in the back row. We'll be making out all night long to the sound of Fay Ray and King Kong. Let's go to the movies. Hey, yeah, man, let's go to a show. Let's go to the movies. Let's go to a show. We'll get in the third row. Invite everybody we know. We're talking, comment through every scene, throwing buckets of popcorn at the screen, having a good time, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. All right. That's Let's Go to the Movies. I wrote that a couple of years ago. You can see the video on my channel. Let's Go to the Movies. Just type it in. Anyways. Sheesh. That takes a lot out of you, doesn't it? Took a lot out of me. I hope it sounds okay coming through with the guitar and the voice. I'm not much for audio balance and all that, you know. And I can't really listen to it coming out at the same time. So it is what it is. You get what you get when you don't. It's a free show, so there's no commercial interruptions. It's a non-commercial channel, right? It's non-profit. You know, I don't make nothing. It's all free, man. That's cool. That's cool because I'm not on this planet to be all about money, man. I'm on this planet to be all about people. And I think that's the most important thing, and I think we forget that every day. Every day we forget. Oh, good. Good, I'm glad you can hear it okay. I wasn't sure if I was drowning out the guitar or vice versa or whatever. But that was a fun song. A friend of mine, David, out here in the desert, he helped me do the music for the video and was in the video for me, with me, for me. And that was really great. That was an honor. And I hope to work with him again soon. I want to work with somebody from my childhood. I want to work with one of the guys from my past and work on the song that I'm doing about the past, because it has a whole lot of references to our past, our hometown and stuff. So and it's kind of a rock and roll ballad type thing where it's going to have some acoustic, but it's going to have a good bass line and guitar leads, and it's going to have other musical instruments that are mentioned in it, in the song. So we got to have a saxophone, we got to have piano, you know, because that's one of the things I miss about past music, is that you could always count on a good sax solo or something. And now it's all weird electronic stuff, or the music isn't as important as the branded artist and them pushing themselves in your face all the time, right? I just don't get it. So yeah, at some point here I'm going to have to probably go take a leak, because we're pushing, it's a 2-hour mark, and usually about then is when I'm cutting the show off and running to the restroom to try and get in there before my wife. So I am going to leave here for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to turn off the sound, so it's going to be weird. But don't fret. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Use this time to freshen up your coffee. You can go to the restroom yourselves. It's a break time. Smoke them if you got them. I guess my music does have kind of a country slant to it, or a folky, because every time I sing I get that kind of accent going. I don't know why. I don't know where it comes from. I just let it out naturally, and that's where it goes. So I'll be back in a minute.
My goodness, what was that, like 3 minutes? I remember when I could take a piss in 30 seconds or less, right? And now it takes me that long just to start or stop.
I didn't need to hear that. TMI, dude.
That's what it is to get old, man. The plumbing goes first.
It's always the plumbing.
Get an old house, the plumbing, the wiring, the foundation, the structure. Look out. I need to be retrofitted, refurbished, renovated. I need renovation. Totally. Well, I'm not going to sing that song. If I sing another one, it's not going to be that one. Not going to be that one either. I don't feel like that one. These are all covers. There's one that really sounds country when I sing it. My wife likes that one. It's really neat when I'm sitting here and I'll sit on the couch and play guitar and the TV will be on and stuff will be going on. And I'll start playing and singing. And my wife will get quiet, get off her phone and turn the TV off, And that's nice. That makes me feel good. Or she'll say, play this one, play this one. That's nice. After 25 years, we can just sit together on the couch and do nothing. No TV, no phones. Just sit there. Hanging out every once in a while, talking about something. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm glad I waited. I was old, but I'm glad I waited to get married. I think I was, in my 30s when we got married. I think. Yeah, 31, I believe. And now I'm 57. Heavy. We're coming up on 26 years here in December. I have to remember it's the 17th and not the 21st. I always get the date of her birthday and the day of our anniversary. I'll transpose those numbers. Usually it's, I have to try to remember 17 and not 21, because 21 is days after and we don't want to ever do that, so it's tough. I have what is called a stupid brain, so it does stupid stuff. It messes with me. Yeah, this song here I have to play with a pick, so the guitar music actually sounds a lot louder than my voice, which means I have to sing up, which is hard to do in the morning because I'm singing down, baby, I'm singing down. So at some point we'll probably do this last song. Oh no, there's another one we can do. So we got a couple of more we can do, and we'll try to get through them this morning. The rest of them are covers. This cover here, I haven't mastered it yet, and if I have, it's news to me. I may have mastered it last year when I was playing, but I don't recall. I don't recall. A lot of these songs, I'm like, oh crap! I don't remember how to make this chord. I don't remember how to strum it. I don't remember the changes. There was the first song that I did, Slip Into a Groove. For a couple of weeks, a couple of months actually, I couldn't remember how to play it. I could not remember all of the chords. I couldn't remember how to pick it. I could remember how to sing it, but I didn't remember how to put the guitar to it. And then I was sitting there with my wife one day and I told her I cannot figure out this song. And then all of a sudden it popped into my head just like that. And I was like, oh, and I ran and grabbed the guitar and went, hey, there it is. And I finally was able to slip into a groove. Totally, eh? Getting old, getting old. I don't know where to go from here. I guess I'm going to stay on here until about the time my wife starts to get up, have coffee, make kitchen noises. And then we'll wrap it up for the week. Next week, it's just going to be 8 tracks all week. Viewer's choice, viewer's selection on the albums. And if not the albums, if I don't have the particular album they're talking about, the artist. And then if I don't have that artist, then we'll choose again, or there's something as close as possible to that. And usually it'll have to be stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, because that's about what I have in my collection. So there you go. Alright. So next week is pretty much going to be a free-for-all, potluck, ad-libbing it the whole time. We're just going to make it up as we go. And then whoever is around during the show can help me kind of figure out. And I'm just going to write everything down as we're doing it, right? Rather than plan it ahead of time. I may not even make a promo other than, you know, bring your imagination. The whole week is up in the air. This weekend I need to try to empty out my living room and this room here the best I can, so I can bring in all of my 8 tracks and all of my 8-track stereos, because over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be trying to get a lot of merchandise together to take to sell in town over Thanksgiving. So that's kind of my next goal for the next couple of months, is just to create a big stock of inventory that I can unload onto tables and, you know, try to get as much money as I can. At that point, I'm sure I will need some kind of financial boost, right? That happens a couple of times a year. We're like, oh crap, I need a bunch of money for something. Working on the car, working on the guitars, working on music stuff, buying some old stereos or repairing them. I figure I'm probably going to invest a few bucks in packaging the stuff that I have for sale, and spend a few bucks buying parts for a few things, belts and oils and stuff, lotions. Spend some time doing some staining, some wood treatment, some cleaning, some painting, get things polished up and looking really, really good. You know? So I have something to offer. I'm going to be in the market for 8-track tapes, 8-track tape carrying cases, 8-track tape stereos, the little carousels to put the tapes in, anything 8-track related, paraphernalia, signs, posters, wall art, anything. If it's 8-track cartridge related, I want it. Radio Shack related, I want it. There are a few items that I'd like for my collection. A Radio Shack portable 8-track player. I'm really looking for one of those. Really, really, really looking for one. I've got a couple, but they're not exactly what I'm looking for. And I've got one that's for a boat, and you could tell that it was used in a boat because it's just corroded as hell. So at some point I'm going to revisit that one now that I know more about fixing machines and stuff. But
my main goal is to just get a shitload of machines ready, a shitload of tapes, and a bunch of other stuff, vintage stuff. Nice little inventory. And then just set up a nice little booth. And we call it the new little swap meet down there down the street on the highway. And it's the main street through our town is a highway. So it gets a lot of people. We get a lot of visitors to the park every year, and they go right by this open field that's a lot. So people set up there Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays and do like a swap meet thing. Hopefully I can set up and not have to pay somebody to be there. But if I do, hopefully I'll make that money back. And if not, I probably won't do it there again. I've got a friend that is across the highway at a hotel, and I might set up near his stuff right on the highway. If you'll let me, park my van and set up a canopy and tables and stuff and just be right there, then I might do it there. Otherwise, I got to go to the farmer's market, which is there from like 8 in the morning to like 2 in the afternoon, and they charge an arm and a leg, and it just becomes a big political nightmare, bureaucratic bullshit. So I don't want to have any overhead. My overhead is going to be the time I use creating all of this inventory and the money I invest in making the inventory sellable. Totally. There's a lot of stuff to do. But, keeps me busy, keeps me out of trouble, keeps me from going crazy, keeps me from being depressed. I will literally get up with an hour or 2 hours sleep early in the morning before anybody else and put this on. And it's mainly self-gratification. It's mainly to entertain myself. And it's therapy. It's my own brand of therapy. And I can't pass that up. I've been doing this a couple of years now, doing my own little diary here, my own little journal, video log, and it's changed me as a person, inside and out. So has my daughter over the last several years, has really changed me inside and out. My wife started changing me from the moment we met. And like a frog in the water, you chuck him in boiling water and he jumps out, but when you set him in that cold water and then slowly turn it up to boiling, he'll just roast, right? And I've kind of gotten used to everything. But then to look back and think about where I was before I got married, before we had a child, before this or that, or before this show. Wow. Totally different person. Totally different person. Not that anyone on my side of the family would notice that, right? I'm still waiting on a phone call from my brother, my happy birthday phone call, right? Bro, happy birthday, love you, I'll call you right after work, man. I'm like, yeah, big heart. Even though I knew something was going to come up. And something did come up and has come up since then, and I still haven't heard from him. So yay, my side of the family. I can't even go there with my sister. Even though I'd like to, I can't even go there. I just can't even approach the idea of any kind of contact with her. I'm always the bad guy, so I can't do that anymore. I can't be the bad guy and then sit around waiting for her to forgive me. It's like, you know what? I can't do that either. And nor could I just sit around and wait for family to call because they don't give a shit. So, and they look at me and go, he don't give a shit. So there you go. Therein lies the crux. Nobody gives a shit. The red-headed stepchild of the family. That's it. And treated as such. So that's why I created my own family. So I could have a family built on love and trust. Yeah, and I'm pretty needy when it comes to my family. I'm the needy one in the family. I am. Mainly because I got boned. I got screwed out of my own childhood and my own family. So when it comes to me and my family here, it's like me. I'm really needy and always wanting to be the center of attention, and I totally get it. I totally see it. It probably wears on my wife and daughter, and then the whole pain thing and depression and illness and all of that, it kind of makes it worse, so, but I'm just a big baby who just wants to be loved. I need a hug. That's it. That's all. Nothing big. Just pay attention to me all the time and I'm fine. And if you don't, I'll pout. Let me have my way, because my ways are simple. My ways are pretty simple. I don't require much, I don't really require much, because I've had to spend so much of my life with very little that I can get along with not much, not much, and it's okay, a little good food, a little good weed, a little good companionship, a little entertainment, very little drama. I'm good. Or no drama. You can't expect no drama. You have to expect some drama. So if you can just hope for a little, then hopefully you get as little as possible. I hate drama. So I start getting drama from people, and pretty soon they don't hear from me anymore. What the hell is that? Oh, right, it's daytime now, which means people and cars and noises, and as long as I don't get a knock at the door, we're fine. And I'll answer it, but I won't be happy about it. Totally. What a day. I can't believe I drank this whole cup of coffee, even though it tastes horrible because I'm out of creamer. And I had to use milk and sugar and vanilla extract. And it's like, bleh. So, usually I just like a little Italian sweet cream in it. That's it, just a little. And I did not get that this morning. So I guess at some point today, I'm gonna need muffins too. I like a muffin every day. A muffin and a big tall glass of milk. That's a must every evening. So I'm gonna have to go out and get muffins and the other thing I was just talking about, the creamer, right? I can't let things slip out of my head because I gotta take care of some stuff. But I really enjoyed your stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Take it easy, Sarah. Born in 1987, lives in Virginia, likes all kinds of music. I will talk to you hopefully soon. I'll be back Monday. I'll be here 5 days a week, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So join me anytime. Watch some of the 1900 videos on my channel. Enjoy stuff. There's some original content there, a lot of shared content. So check it out. Enjoy. I hope you find something to your liking and are entertained. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And if I forget, thank you everybody else for being here. Thank you especially to Joey. And I can't wait to see Joey here in less than a week. So, there you go. You're gonna have to do some stuff. He don't drink coffee, so I don't have to worry about creamer when he's here. That's right. That's right. At least it won't be as crazy as like going camping. Well, it's kind of like camping because you're like taking a plane out here and then you're going from here out to there and then back here and then out to there. So you're kind of doing a camping thing. Hey, WW, what's up? Cheers, man. I'm still here. It's Friday. Wife is still asleep. I'm still here. Just chilling out. I got my teeth on. Smiling today. I put them on early today because I decided that if I'm going to be singing, I wanted to have my teeth in so that I can continue to get used to the teeth. Hey, Joey is still here. Right on. Right on. Bong hits for everyone. You know? Yeah, totally. I'm going to do a one-hitter. I'm going to use the bat box this morning. Trying to conserve, trying to cut back. That kind of thing. I done pretty good all week. Yeah, it is Friday. I'm trying to just do like a quarter a week during the week. The bummer is that over the weekend, I've been doing some work, side work and painting and handyman shit. And it makes me smoke more because of the pain. And then insomnia makes me smoke more. So over the weekend I smoked too much. But during the week I smoked a lot less. So there's still no balance there. Still no balance, man. Totally. I probably got time for another song or two here. So, I don't want to play that other one because I have to use the pick. Oh, I can do anything I want on Friday. Oh yeah, I can. Because it's Friday, man. Oh, the album of the day is Judas Priest, Ram It Down from 1988. Right? And I remember it's got that song on there, Johnny Be Good, from the movie Johnny Be Good with Michael Anthony Hall, right? When he got older and he got buff and he got tough guy, right around the time he did Edward Scissorhands and was a bully, right? Why did he change? It was a great change, though. I mean, he went from being a little kid, you know, always being bullied and picked on, to the exact opposite, just like that, within a movie. It was great. But it's, yeah, Ram It Down, Judas Priest. In a bar in Toledo, across from the depot, on a bar stool she took off her ring. I thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over. I sat down and I asked her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, I'm no quitter, but finally quit living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter, near ever after. I'm after whatever the other life brings. In the mirror I saw him, I closely watched him, thought how he looked out of place. He came to the woman who sat there beside me. He had a strange look on his face. His big hands was calloused and he looked like a mountain. For a minute I thought I was dead.
He started shaking, his poor heart breaking, when he turned to the woman and said, "You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times. This time you hurt and wouldn't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. After you left us, I ordered more whiskey. I thought how she made him look small. From the lights of the barroom to the rented hotel room, we walked without talking at all. And she was a beauty, but when she came to me, she must have thought I lost my mind. I couldn't hold her, the words that he told her kept coming to me time after time. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times. This time you hurt and wouldn't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. All right, everybody now. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. That's a ticket. With 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. You got it. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times. This time you hurt and wouldn't heal. Slow it down. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Totally Kenny, man. I love Kenny. You thought it was Chuck Berry. No, but I could probably do one from that era, I think. Right? Let's see, what do we got here? Okay. Well, that's alright, Mama, and that's alright for you, and that's alright, Mama, just any way you do, well, that's alright. That's alright. Well, that's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, Mama, she done told me, Papa done told me too. Son, that girl you're fooling with, she ain't no good for you. Well, that's alright. That's alright. Well, that's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, I'm leaving town, baby, leaving town for sure. And then you won't be bothered with me hanging round your door. Well, that's alright. That's alright. Well, that's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Da 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 dee dee, dee 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 dee, dee 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 dee. I'ma need your lovin'. That's alright. Well, that's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, that's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, that's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Oh, Islands in the Stream with Dolly. I think I got that one on LP somewhere, eh? Woo! Woo! That one takes a bit. That one takes a bit out of me. I love that. Was one of the first ones, the covers that I learned when I got back into playing guitar a couple of years ago. Was that? So I heard it on the radio and I'm like, So I fiddled around with it. Here's one that I learned just because I love the TV show, and I don't play it well, but I'm getting better at it, right? Well, not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never done with anything less than a 9. So fine. Let me start that over again. Well, not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been with anything less than a 9. So fine. I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone fast with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine. Well, this death-defying life I lead, but I take my chances. I die for a living in the movies and TV. But the hardest thing I'll ever do is watch my leading ladies kiss some other guy while I'm bandaging my knee. I might fall from a tall building, I might roll a brand new car, because I'm the unknown stuntman that made Redfoot such a star. Well, I've never spent much time in school, but I taught ladies plenty. It's true, I hire my body out for pay. Hey, hey, well, I've gotten burned over Cheryl Teague and blown up over Raquel Welch. But when I wind up in the hay, it's only hay. Hey, hey, I might fall from a tall building or roll or Tarzan from a vine, because I'm the unknown stuntman that made Eastwood look so fine. Well, they'll never make me president, but I got the best first ladies. Some days I got them as far as the eye can see. Ooh-wee! A morning drive with Jackie Smith, and I crash in the night with Cheryl. But in the end, they never stay with me. Well, I might fall from a tower building, so Burt Reynolds don't get hurt. I might leap a mighty canyon, so he can kiss and flirt. Well, that smooth talker's kissing my girl, I'm just kissing dirt, because I'm the unknown stuntman that made a lover out of Burt. Pop music. Pop it, baby, pop it. Whew. Alright, I gotta take a break. Hits all around. That was from a TV show. Ah, you don't know, huh? Anybody know the TV show? I'll give you 30 seconds, I'll take a hit here. If there's anybody out there, and then I'll let you know. It is sung by the character on the TV show, Colt Seavers. They recently rebooted it and did a movie that is horrible because it's got that one of them, I think Ryan Gosling or something in it. It's a TV show from the 80s. The star was Lee Majors. And the show was The Fall Guy. And if it shows up before 3 seconds, then you got it before I said it. The Fall Guy. Stuntman. The unknown stuntman. And it is kind of modeled after the movie Hooper with Burt Reynolds. Although in The Fall Guy, he's a bounty hunter. Yeah, the bounty hunter, to make up for the fact that he's only working in movies once in a while, right? And when you're not working in movies, and it doesn't pay a lot, so he's got to do bounty hunter stuff. So it's a great show, great concept. I love the truck. Totally. But yeah, that's one of my favorite theme songs, because Lee Majors actually sings it as the character, and he just does a great job, right? Try to keep my guitar from sliding down. That becomes the issue when I'm playing. All right. I'm going to tell you a story you won't believe. But I fell in love last Friday evening with a girl I saw on a barroom TV screen. Yeah! Well, I was just getting ready to grab my hat when she caught my eyes and I put it back to order myself another couple shots and beers. Woo! The night that I fell in love with a roller derby queen. Round and round, she says, woo, round and round. The meanest hunger woman that anybody ever seen was down in the arena. She was 5'6" and 215. She was the bleach blonde bomber with the streak of mean. She knew how to scuffle, she knew how to knuckle and fight. Whoops! And the roller derby program said that she was built like a refrigerator with a head. Her fans called her Tuffy, but all the buddies called her Spy. You know that I fell in love with a roller derby queen. Go round and round, she says, woo, round and round. The meanest hunger woman that anybody ever seen was down in the arena going round and round. She went, woo, round and round. Round and round, she went, woo, round and round. She went round and round. Well, I could not help but to fall in love with this heavy-duty mama I've been speaking of. And things were kind of bad until she roller skated into my life. Woo! Oh, well, she might be nasty, she might be fat, but I never met a person who could tell her that. She's my big blonde bomber, she's my heavy-handed hack and sack mama. Woo! You know that I fell in love with a roller derby queen. Go round and round, she says, woo, round and round. The meanest hunger woman that anybody ever seen was down in the arena. Oh, round and round, she went, woo, round and round. Round and round, she went, woo, round and round. Round and round, she went, oh, round and round. Too early, eh? I'm just having too much fun. It's Friday. It's guitar day. It's singing day. Was the actor in the Bionic Man? Yep, same. Lee Majors. That was him. Lee Majors. He was also in one of the first things he was in was The Big Valley. He played Heath Barkley on The Big Valley, and then he went to the $6 Million Man, and then he got the Fall Guy, and then most recently I saw him on what was it? Ash versus the Evil Dead. He played Ash's father, I believe. So there's that. There you go, Lee Majors. One of my favorite actors. One of my favorite TV actors. One of my favorite low-budget movie actors. Did a lot of great low-budget movies. There was one where he played a Viking. I can't remember what the name of it was. Probably called Viking or something. That one was a Jim Croce song, Roller Derby Queen. Because I love Jim Croce, and it's one of the songs. I also do Big Jim Walker, but I'm not really, I haven't really perfected that one yet, so I don't want to screw around with that one. So here's one that I first heard back in the 70s, right? I think it was the 70s, or either late 70s or early 80s. But I used to listen to a lot of Dr. Demento on the radio, right? So there you go. Yeah, back when I was a kid, life was going swell. Till something happened, blew everything to hell. The night my daddy stumbled in, all pale and weak, he said, a woman up the block just gave birth to a geek. Mom said, sell it to the circus. What the heck? Dad said, nah, this one's a pencil neck. And if there's one thing lower than a sideshow freak, it's a grit-eating, scum-sucking, pencil neck geek. Yeah, you see, you take a pencil that won't hold lead. Looks like a pipe cleaner attached to a head. You add a buggy whip body and a brain that leaks. You got yourself a grit-eating pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with the lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Ooh, pencil neck geek. Ooh, pencil neck geek. Ooh. Yeah, soon where geeks were popping up all over town. You couldn't hardly sneeze without knocking one down. And after a nice juicy steak, well, if you need a toothpick, just reach for a geek, yeah, he'll do the trick. One day we cut one up to use for fishing bait. Well, we learned our lesson just a little bit late. Soon as the geek hit the drink, all the water turned red. Next day, sure enough, all the fish were dead. Pencil, pencil, pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Oh, pencil neck geek. Oh, pencil neck geek. Oh. Yeah, most nights you know where I can be found. Stomping some geek's head into the ground. So keep the faith, cause in me you can trust. I won't sleep till every geek bites the dust. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with the lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Ah, pencil neck geek. Ah, pencil neck geek. Ah, pencil neck geek. Freddie Blassie did that. Operator, won't you help me place this call? You see the number on the matchbook is old and faded. There's a lot of finger picking on that Jim Croce stuff, because he's got a guy playing guitar with him that just picks the hell out of the thing, and then Jim Croce is doing his thing, right? Oh man, yeah. Croce kicks ass. That was Pencil Neck Geek by Freddie Blassie from my, I actually have that on recording here somewhere from my Dr. Demento days, right? Back in the day, man. Let's see, we're getting about to the end of the repertoire here. Let's do this last one. I can't remember, it's like REO or something. I can't remember who does it. And I gotta use the pick, because, you know, I gotta pick it like my nose. I heard it from a friend who, I heard it from a friend who, I heard it from another, you been messing around. Say you got a boyfriend, you're out there every weekend, you're talking about us and it's bringing me down. But I know the neighborhood, talk is cheap when the story is good, and the tales grow taller on down the line. But I'm telling you, babe, that I don't think it's true, babe. And even if it is, keep this in mind. Take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby, then I don't want you around. They'll leave it, not for a minute. You're under the gun, just take it on the run.
playing up your white lies. You're putting on those bedroom eyes. You say you're coming home, babe, but you won't say when. But I can feel it coming. If you leave tonight, keep on running, and you need never look back again. You take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby, then I don't want you around. And I don't believe it, and not for a minute. You're under the gun, you take it on the run. Anywho, that's, take it on the run. Eventually I'll get to where I can say the whole thing and not be like, oh yeah, take it on the run, yeah, take it on the run, okay, take it on the run. But I get to just take off your hose, or take it on the run, take off, eh? Okay, I'll get it, okay? Songs that are repetitious, yeah, they can start to wear on you. Take it on the run, baby. You just want to go into a beatbox. Yeah, taking it on the run. Hook me up, brother. I'm taking it on the run. I'm going to smack it and say, what's up? What the hell is he doing? What, is he a hip-hop guy now? Hey, Marge. He thinks he's a rapper. Leave him alone, Harry. At least he's got imagination. Oh, you were totally dogged up, bro. That is a cold sip of coffee. Whoa. 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 Yeah. REO Speedwagon? I think that's who that was. Rio? Was that Rio, dude? Rio, dude. Totally Rio. Slipping back to the repertoire here. I think we went that far. Another Jim Croce song I'm looking at, but it's kind of a... What about Jerry Rafferty, Right Down the Line? Ooh, that sounds fun. Let me write that down. Let me write down the line. I gotta spell it right. Right down the line. Not like right, but right. Right. Down the line. Jerry Rafferty. Rafferty. Truly. That's one. I'll check that one out. I'll play around with that one. Woo, 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 woo. We'll see if we can muster up enough to do that this weekend and play around with it, right? Totally. Well, I don't know. I think I might be about played out here this morning, but I know I got another hit in me. Oh, look, it's just about 8 o'clock. Well, it's your call. I'm here. It's your call. I'll stay as long as I'm needed. Everybody's like, go away. See, I got better things to do. City to city. Oh, yeah, okay. That's a good one. Totally. So, next week is potluck. Next week is viewer's choice. All right. So come up with your best 70s, 80s stuff to talk about. In the, what do you call it? In the posts portion of my channel, you can go post stuff there about what you want to see on the channel anytime, and I'll drag it out. But next week it's going to be whatever artists we can come up with collectively to put up on the album of the day every day. Same thing with movies. We'll try to get together on the same page. I'm going to try to bring in all of my DVDs and VHS and stuff at some point with my 8 tracks. Next week, just about 8 tracks. We're just going to dig through boxes and boxes of 8 tracks, see what we got, start categorizing them, and start cleaning them and repairing them. Yesterday was fun. I got to look through that player, and it looks like it's going to be a gem. Oh, Baker Street, yeah, totally. Totally. Winding your way down on Baker Street. Yeah, I totally did that one, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes, yes. Totally, man. I don't know that I'm ever going to do any of these songs live again at an open mic. The last experience was none too fun. I pretty much froze and couldn't remember anything. So if I ever do, it's lyrics in front of me. Even if I do it in front of friends and family, lyrics in front of me. Because this brain don't work that right anymore. Yeah. The sax, man. The sax. That's one thing I miss about good rock and roll, good music, is the saxophone. You know, there's just not enough sexy sax anymore. Whoa. Pappy and Harriet's just created another event. They're always creating events. They have like 5 events a week at Pappy and Harriet's out here, and it is such a great place. It only holds a couple of people inside and only a couple of hundred more people outside. So when you see a show, you're right there. I have met so many cool artists out there. Have I heard of the band Big Star? That does sound familiar, but not right offhand, no. It sounds familiar. Totally. But yeah, even if you watch a video and you leave a comment, I get that comment and see it. I usually try to respond as well. So if you're watching something, you're like, ooh, play this record, just leave a comment somewhere. I'll see it. Even if it's an unrelated video, I'll still see it. If you want to watch a video, and then in the video, leave me a list of stuff to put on the show, I'll get it. And I'll write it down, take a screen grab of it or something. And then research it and try to find stuff like Big Star, right? Was it from the 70s or 80s or something? But yeah, I'm totally into checking out new stuff. We had new people here today. We got new irregulars. Oh, okay. That's where I've heard of them before. Okay. Right. Big Star and Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick, right? The guy singing is the singer from Cheap Trick, if I'm not mistaken, right? Anywho, that's what I know. I think I know. That's what I think I know. I'll tell you that. Coffee is gone. No more coffee. No more coffee. Hanging out down the street. Totally. That's one of my favorite shows. It's right over there. The 8 seasons are right there in some of my DVDs. I got a little stack of DVDs there. That's that 70s show, 8 seasons, crammed into that little box. Totally. The same old thing, man. Totally. Yeah, that's a good one. I love that show. I will watch that show over and over and over and over again. And just because I love that show so much, I watched the 13 episodes of that 80s show that you can find on YouTube. And that's a great show because it was right on the heels of that 70s show. People hated it because it wasn't that 70s show. But it is such a great show. It's had such promise. And it should have gotten picked up for more than just that stupid pilot and 13 episodes. It's a shame. It was a good show. That 90s show got a lot of bad press, a lot of bad reviews. And it's since faded from Netflix, but they're shopping it around to other venues to try to get it back. And you know what? I liked the fact that it was the same house in that 90s show. It was the same people. I think that what would have been great is if they had continued that 80s show, and at some point we would have seen that 70s show bopping through that 80s show on occasion and being totally unrelated to the show, but kind of woven through on occasion. You know, somebody picks up a hitchhiker and it's well, it would have been Hyde, but that boat has since sailed. In the Street is the name of the song. The big star has nothing to do with Cheap Trick. Okay, totally. There you go. Well, I was misinformed then. I regret to say that I was misinformed, and I do apologize if I've caused anybody any pain or suffering for my misuse of knowledge. What the hell is he talking about? Leave him alone, Harry. At least he apologizes. Oh, you're gonna get it. Totally. So we're in the third hour here. No, we finished the third hour. Now we're in the fourth hour of my show. And I am waning. At some point I'm going to have to eat breakfast and then figure out what I'm going to do for the day. I've put my teeth in, so I can't go to sleep. I can't take a nap. So I just have to keep doing stuff and staying busy. And then hopefully I'll get tired enough I can go to sleep early tonight and get some good sleep over the weekend. I think I'll spend the afternoon organizing my office, the studio, my living room, all of the stuff that is it's all over my living room. It's just stuff everywhere. There's 8 tracks everywhere. And get things cleaned up for my house guest coming. I guess he'll probably spend a little time here at our house. But for the most part, I think we're going to be able to set him up in his own little place for at least a couple of nights, you know, which will be cool, because, you know, September Girls is a good one of theirs. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to check it out. Oh, Big Star. Because they got like a vintage retro thing going on, you know. So that'd be nice. Wow. Oh, TV Guide. Wow, one thing we didn't do today at all, ever, because we were so playing with the guitar and stuff, was we didn't read from the TV Guide. So why don't we read from the TV Guide before we go and see what we can get. More, it's fall preview time here in September in the TV Guide. So there's a lot of that going on. And there's no Hollywood Squares on tonight. Oh, there it is, 7:30 Hollywood Squares. Okay. John Amos, Lynn Anderson, George Gowell, Linda Lavin, Paul Lynn, Rose Marie, Tony Randall, Jimmy Walker, and Jonathan Winters. And of course, host Peter Marshall. Muppet Show is on as well. Juliet Prowse is the guest. And also opposite Hollywood Squares is Family Affair, Odd Couple, and Brady Bunch in syndication. Reruns, if you will. At 8, ABC All-Star Saturday Special, Captain Cool and the Kongs. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sean Cassidy, that's rock and roll. Robert Higgs, Harlem Globetrotters, Meadowlark Lemons, Comic Lenny Weinrib, the Croftettes, oh, Darth Vader. Whoa, this is just great. Yay, Darth Vader's going to be on there. Got to appeal to all of those Star Wars fans out there. And then on another channel, we've got Come On Saturday. It's another special. Muhammad Ali, Leonard Nimoy, Ruth Buzzy, Artie Johnson, Woo! And it's the preview of NBC's fall Saturday stuff. And then also Super Night at Forest Hills. Sammy Davis Jr., Sandy Duncan, Andy Williams. Oh boy. That sounds tedious. Tedious. Well, we got some good songs from Big Star there. We're going to check it out. Check it out, buddy. I miss Pauly Shore stuff. I watched a Pauly Shore movie the other day. Short-haired Pauly Shore. Working with short-haired girl from Northern Exposure. Right? She's a weird egg, too. Yeah, I can't remember her name. She's a weird one, though. Lowell Thomas remembers stunt pilot Frank Frakes crashes on purpose in this survey of aviation in 1933. There's my imitation of Ace Frehley. That's him right there. I'm going to have to practice some more Ace Frehley, because although that's a big part of his dialogue, especially in the movie Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. That's a great movie. I love it. Love it. Totally love it. Totally loving it. Part 4 of Washington Behind Closed Doors at 9. Yeah, I don't think so. Miss Black America pageant. Really? We're still segregating the Miss America pageant? Wow. That's, wow. Okay, Dickens of London. And then The Hostage Heart, 1977 TV movie, based it on Gerald Green's novel. Bradford Dillman, all right. Stephanie Davies, Vic Morrow, George DiCenzo, I like DiCenzo, that's a great name. Cameron Mitchell, Loretta Swit, Belinda J. Montgomery, a lot of people. Paul Sheenar, Alan Rich, Sharon Acker, Peter Palmer. Is that, was that Spider-Man? Oh, it's Peter Parker. Robert Walden, my eyes. Harry Rhodes, Carl Weathers, all right. The series Logan's Run makes its debut at this time next week. Oh, I love Logan's Run, the TV show. Heather Menzies is in that, and it's a great cheese fest. It's a great cheese fest. Speedway, 1968 musical. A stock car driver, Elvis Presley, romances Nancy Sinatra and Bill Bixby at the same time. And then he says, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." And then he turns into the Bulk, right? And eats everything around him, right? What do you know about humor? Did he say that? Can he say that? Is that PC? Oh, he can't say that. We're gonna cancel his ass. Cancel this. Jean Renoir's 1937 anti-war classic Grand Illusion. Sure. With Erich von Stroheim, of course, as Raufenstein. And it is Friday. That means Friday night in 1977 at 1 o'clock means Midnight Special. Here it is. The Midnight Special, Captain and Tennille host. And they welcome Neil Young, Janice Ian. Oh, Janice Ian. I love Janice Ian. 18. Is that what it is? Or 17? 18. I don't know. She does great girl emo songs. She's like one of my most favorite early emo artists was Janice Ian. Just had a great voice, and her and a guitar,
Just making you want to bawl your eyes out. 17, that was the name of the song. Yeah, oh. Anyway, David Bowie, Lou Rawls, Rufus, featuring Shaka Khan, and the Little River Band. All right. That's great. David Bowie does Fame. That's great. And then that takes us into Saturday morning of next week, and we'll have another TV guide next week. So there you go. There you have it. There it is, right there in front of you, pushed up into your face, whether you like it or not. It's going to be there. So there you go. Looks like the sun finally came out. So that's cool. Ah, yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I have no clue what's going to go on next week. No radio shows, no educational films. I'll probably put on Monday morning, we'll probably watch Marijuana Man, because I like to watch that one a couple of times a year. It's just so funny. And there's like almost no dialogue. I think there's no dialogue in it. It's just great. It's just, and it's about marijuana, man, and I dig that. Yeah, I'm out of coffee, but I started out of creamer, so it's like goodbye. Yacht rock, totally. I dig yacht rock. I dig a lot of different stuff, man. I totally do. That's Kiss. They do yacht rock, right? Yeah, that's it. That's them. My daughter, and say if I said something like that, she would go, uh-huh. Just straight-faced, yep. You got it. Yeah, yacht rock is always good. You don't even have to be on a yacht to enjoy it. That's the thing. You listen to it and you feel like you're on a yacht, right? I want a 90-foot yacht. Yeah, 90-foot yacht. That's a song from somebody back in the 80s. I just watched him on a movie, Running Man, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's got a bit part in it, but he had a TV show back in the 80s, and he had a couple of great albums that didn't have great success, but they were great albums. And that artist would be the son of a famous guitar player, singer, composer. But yeah, Mick Fleetwood. He was paired up with Mick Fleetwood in the movie, Fleetwood Mac. And of course I'm talking about Dweezil Zappa, Frank Zappa's kid. Great guitar player. Grew up around music and guitars and guitar players and really studied the guitar. Just awesome. And if you ever have a chance to listen to what is the name of the album? There we go, Dweezil Zappa. There we go. Dweezil Zappa. Give me a discography. Here we go. My Mother's a Space Cadet. So Having a Bad Day from 1986. And then 88, My Guitar Wants to Kill Your Mama. Those are great, a couple of great albums. I mean, he grew up around guys like Steve Vai and Eddie Van Halen, and just, Little River Band is yacht rock. Oh, okay. I've never seen a river yacht, but I guess that's a paddle wheel boat, right? But one of them river yachts. I like paddle wheel boats. If I could have a big boat of my own, it'd be a paddle wheel boat. Just the two levels. Sounds like the trash man's finally here. the week is a little messed up because of the holiday, so he should have been here yesterday. Having a Bad Day is a great album.